On day one, if you fly with a group, you fly from Canada to Tel Aviv, where Hans, Arlen, and I meet you in a nice air-conditioned bus. From there, we'll go straight to Bethlehem. In Bethlehem, we'll visit the Church of the Nativity, the oldest continually used church in the world, built over the grotto of Jesus' birth. Then we're off to the shepherd's field, where it is believed that the angels appeared to the shepherds. Then we'll experience an unforgettable time of worship in a cave in Shepherd's Field, very similar to where Jesus would have been born. And of course, we'll sing Silent Night and Joy to the World a cappella. Then we'll take a short shopping stop where you can pick up olive wood items hand-carved by a small group of artisan Christians in Bethlehem. Then it's off to the holy city of Jerusalem to stay in the 4-star Grand Court Hotel.
The next day, we're off to Nazareth. This is where Jesus was raised and declared his mission in the synagogue. We'll start by visiting the world-renowned Nazarene village, which recreates Nazareth in the times of Jesus. It is truly amazing. You'll also enjoy experiencing a lunch based upon a typical meal at the time of Jesus, served by actors in biblical clothing. Then we visit Mary's Well, which, being the only spring water source in Nazareth at the time, would have been the same well source that Jesus grew up with in carrying water back and forth for his family. And then we'll visit the Church of the Annunciation, where Hans will share a teaching on the prophetical significance of Jesus being raised in Nazareth. Then we're off to Sepphoris, where Jesus and Joseph worked as carpenters or tectons, workers with stone. You'll understand Jesus' reference from Matthew 5:14, where he said, "You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden." And you'll also understand how a little boy from the small and insignificant town of Nazareth would have learned about taxes, politics, commerce, and communicating with Gentiles.
Then we drive to Galilee, to the town where Mary Magdalene came from, the stunning site of Magdala. Here you will see an ancient synagogue where Jesus would have preached. We can actually walk on the very stones of the ancient harbor where Jesus and the disciples would have walked. Here we take communion and worship. Our accommodations for the next 2 nights are in the Deluxe Hotel and Resort. This is the En Gev Beach Resort that is perched on the shoreline of the Sea of Galilee. Here you can take a morning or evening swim right in the Sea of Galilee, or just have an early morning coffee with Jesus as the waves lap at your feet. Just so you know, while your friends are freezing back home, the average high in October where we're staying is around 29 Celsius, and the water temperature is around 25 Celsius. That sure beats snow.
The next day will be another incredible day. We'll experience an entire day in the Holy Triangle where Jesus ministered in Galilee. We'll go to sites like the Mount of Beatitudes, where Jesus shared the Sermon on the Mount. We'll go and see the Great Commission stone where Jesus called his followers to go into all the world. We'll observe Pixner's Cave, where it's believed that Jesus went away to a quiet place. We'll go to Tabgha, where Jesus met Peter and called him the rock on which I will build my church. Also included in this will be St. Peter's Fish Lunch, or you can have barbecued chicken if you don't like fish. We'll visit Jesus' home base of Capernaum. What an incredible place this is. You'll see Peter's house, where Jesus lived during his ministry years in the Galilee. We'll then go sailing on a boat on Galilee as we worship and celebrate the faithfulness of Jesus, even in the storms of life. We'll see the Jesus Boat Museum with a fishing boat discovered from the time of Jesus. And in the late afternoon, we return to our resort on the Sea of Galilee.
The next day, we go to the ruins of Solomon's fort city of Megiddo, referred to as Armageddon in Revelation. High up on the ruins of this incredible site, Hans will share a message about the role of Armageddon in the end times. We will be able to gaze down on the Jezreel Valley, where the armies will gather for the final battle. But we will also look up to the clouds, knowing that our returning Savior may have come as a lamb, but he will return as a conquering king. Then we will drive to Tel Aviv to join the rest of the group in the ancient port city of Jaffa, where Jonah fled from God's call and Peter was called to the Gentiles. This will be the beginning of the main tour.